Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing the NBA mock draft, like slash simulator, kind of what we did for the NFL. Um, let's get right into it because the draft is literally Monday, and I was supposed to kind of been release this video, but I'm like, you know what? We have time. We're gonna wait to the last second to do it. So, starting off with the Washington Wizards. Interestingly enough, actually, Trae Young opted out of his player option, so he's going to become a free agent. But they said he did that so he can sign a longer term deal with the Wizards, which is smart. If he thinks he knows he's going to be there for a while, and of course with the first pick, I do think they're going to take AJ Dubansky with the first pick. I think it's the more obvious pick at this point. Um, Next is the Utah Jazz. We already know they're going to go Darren Peterson, a guard who can score everywhere on the floor. I think has a chance to be one of the best offensive players out of this draft, really. Him and Bansky, I think. Next, we have the Memphis Grizzlies. This is an interesting pick for them because I easily think they're going to go Cameron Boozer. The only problem is if they move on from Ja Morant, and I think depending on who their next point guard will be, if they get rid of Ja Morant, I don't know who you're going to pair up with Boozer, but if they keep Ja Morant and bring in Boozer and kind of add solid pieces around or kind of keep what they have, I guess they could be solid. But easy, I think they're gonna go Cameron Boozer, especially since after trading Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Jazz. People, I ain't gonna like going into next season, especially with these two obvious picks. The Wizards and Jazz will be solid teams, especially if the Wizards come back healthy. You can have Trae Young, AJ, and Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis can stay healthy, and they still have other solid players on the team. Same for the Jazz. You have Jaren Jackson Jr., Larry Marketing, then Peterson. So you have a scorer now. Remember, you still have Keontae George and Isaiah Collar. So I think these two teams going into the next season can be pretty solid. Memphis, I think they're going into the rebuild, especially if they trade Ja Morant, which I think they will, but I don't know. Chicago, I think they're gonna go Caleb Wilson, the next best player available, and then the Bulls getting a top four pick is really good. They still have talent. Granted, they traded Kobe White. I think they traded him mid-season, like close to around like the trade deadline to Charlotte. But they could go Keaton Wagler here. I don't know which one would like do the Bulls one because Keaton Wagler is still pretty good. It's just Caleb Wilson is the overall I feel like better player available. I mean, you could switch Caleb Wilson around to the small forward, power forward. But if I was Chicago, I'll take Caleb Wilson. Clippers. This is very interesting because, especially if the Clippers do trade Kawhi Leonard, which I doubt they will, I'll take Keaton Wagler if I was them, and then you can have Wagler, Darius Garland, Kawhi. You have Kawhi Leonard still. They traded Zubac to the Pacers. I think that was in before the season had started. No, or did he sign there? I forgot which one. The Clippers have always have a solid team. I feel like they're just like either the coach away or like a couple players away, but they've always been having a solid team. The Brooklyn Nets. I think is it Brooklyn Nets? Okay, yeah. Darius a cuff easily. Um, the Brooklyn Nets. It's not too much to say. I think they're going to be in the exact same position next season, being a top 10 pick, if not a top five. Um, Brooklyn Nets have just not been that good. I can't even tell you like what they need to even be that type of team again, which they never were, to be kind of honest in their whole franchise. The Sacramento Kings. The thing is, the next three best player all guards is just, I thought, to my personal, like, looking at the Kings, they have so many guards. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Russell Westbrook is a free agent, if I'm not mistaken, going into next season. Um, you still have DeMar DeRozan. Okay, yes, I had looked it up real quick. Russell Westbrook is a free agent. So don't you still have DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine? I would go Mikael Brown. Um, gives you a point guard, especially you don't because I doubt Westbrook's gonna sign back because I doubt he's gonna want to spend probably because Westbrook is 37. He'll actually be 38 this year. Westbrook could probably play like 1 or 2 more years depending on where he goes. So next we're going to go with um we'll go with Kingston Flamings. Well, who is it? The Atlanta Hawks. Okay, so next is the Atlanta Hawks. I think they'll take Kingston Flamings. They need a guard. You could put them next to C.J. McCollum, and hopefully Kingston Fleming pans out. These last couple of picks for Atlanta haven't really. I think it's Zach Richardson. He hasn't. That man has not been that good for them. I like Atlanta. Atlanta. People forget Atlanta took 2 games away from the New York Knicks. It was really because C.J. McCollum had them scared, but that's crazy. The Dallas Mavericks. Um, I think the best option would be for go to Braden Barrios. Um, you don't know how Kyrie is gonna be when he comes back, and then also I've heard like it's a possibility that Dallas can move on from Kyrie. If I was them, I would and just draft younger a point guard, or you could keep Kyrie and kind of have a mentor. But if I was them, I would take another point guard to kind of have if you move on or keep Kyrie. For the Bucks, since I think they're gonna trade Giannis, the most obvious pick would be Nate Ahmed. It makes sense, and especially if they trade Giannis, get rid of Miles Turner, I could see them very, very much so taking Nate Ahmed. Even if you keep Giannis, Nate Ahmed's a good another big to have next to him. Now for my team, the Warriors, because I am a Warriors fan. There's a so it would have been Dallas's pick, Braden Barrios. I'm so sorry if I am pronouncing his name wrong. I'm so sorry. Um, it would have been him if he was available, because I do kind of want another guard behind Curry, but that's something I'll worry about. If I'm the Warriors, I'll worry about that next year in the next draft. Um, we need a center. Granted, we're gonna bring back Porzingis, and it's really between Ade and Yaxel, two Michigan players. So I would take Ade because not only is he C7'3", he can facilitate the floor. He's a great passer. He's like a Jokic. That's probably a crazy comparison, but he's really like a Jokic, if I had to say. And y'all could be like, that's kind of a crazy comparison, but to me, like I said, he's like a Jokic. He's a great passer. He's 7'3". We need a center. We'll have him and Porzingis and Quentin Post. I'll take those 3 centers. Next is the Thunder. I do think they'll take Yaxel. Yaxel, he has to go to a competitor immediately. He's already 23. Um, like I remember I did his contract because a first round contract. I think if I remember correctly, is 4 years. And Yaxel is hold on, I got like Yaxel is 23. In 4 years, he'll be after his rookie contract is up. He'll be 27. So by the time he signs his new contract or his next contract, he'll be 27 going on 28. He'll also be in his 30s by his second contract. So I think he has to go to a contender immediately. And next is the Miami Heat if they keep this pick, because I think they're going to be the front runners for getting Giannis. Grant, I've heard Miami the packages they've been offering to Milwaukee haven't had Milwaukee too interested. And they're running into the problem everybody knew. Like Miami doesn't have enough to give up to get Giannis. The Bucks are, I know, talking to other teams because Miami's not really interested in what the packages that they're offering. So I think Miami is looking like either they get Giannis or they're gonna end up keeping this pick, or maybe going after somebody else. If you don't, I think you take uh, Philion from Alabama. You need a point guard who can score and kind of move the ball. He can kind of do both. He's more of a scorer though, but especially since right now your starting point guard is Davion Mitchell, so he's definitely better than that. For Charlotte, I think they take Kareem Lopez. I haven't actually seen too much on Kareem Lopez. I've been hearing a lot about it. I gotta go watch some film on him. Next, Chicago Bulls again. I think if I was them, it's between Cam Carr and Johnson. Hmm. I'll take Johnson. Because Cameron Carr, he's someone. If he reaches his right potential, he's a number one. You don't want him to take that spot away from Caleb Wilson. Memphis, then yeah, you go get Cameron Carr. He's a nice scorer, shoot the three ball very well. Um, if you could put him next to Boozer and Morant, if you keep Morant, I think that could be a pretty solid team. You still have GG Jackson too. Like just forgot about him. Next is the Thunder again. They just took a power forward in the Actor. They kind of okay, it's a small forward. They could go power forward here, kind of give them more size, especially if Hartenstein doesn't sign back. If I was them, I'll go to power forward right here. Next is the Charlotte Hornets again. They have, I would say they go more size too. They just took a small forward. I don't think they'll take another one. We'll give them Chris from Houston. He's actually pretty good. Anybody from Houston is really good defensively. If I was Jim, hey, if I see a Houston player, especially available at this point, I'd be okay, we'll take him. Toronto's interesting. They made the playoffs surprising. I think they overachieved a lot of expectations. A lot of people didn't even have to make it the playoffs. I did it. I did not think they were gonna do it. I think what they needed was granted they were missing a lot of shots. They need somebody who can. I don't know. That team wasn't bad. They added a tiny bit more pieces, more depth, and then knock down their shots. I mean, they lost to Cleveland because they really couldn't. They weren't hitting anything in that game 7. So if I was them, I'd probably go Swain from Texas. They give you kind of more it kind of pairs up because Scotty Barnes plays a power forward, so it gives you kind of not more side, but at least more scoring and defense. The Spurs have to go compete. They need more size. At least another good power forward because they really run. Not I won't say small lineup because Wemby's not small, but a lineup to a point where it's considered small because you're only tall. Your tallest player is Wemby, of course, but after that, what you have: De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Vassell, and Champagnie. That's not really gonna get it done when it comes to rebounding. Now for Detroit, um, you could pair up another guard with Cade and see how that goes. If I was them, I would, and I'll take Christian Anderson from Texas Tech. Philly, take Jaden. You gotta take Jaden. You gotta take Jaden. And I want to say Philly needs more size. I think if you can pair him up with Joel Embiid, I don't. What's interesting is would Philly move on from Joel Embiid? I doubt it because he played. He actually played solid in the playoffs. He just got hurt. Um, if you can add him with Joel Embiid, then you still have VJ Edgecombe and Maxey. The Atlanta Hawks again. Um, I'm gonna take Allen Graves from Santa Clara. Because if you're the Hawks, you want to keep going younger. And I think can't not remember. It's CJ. I don't think CJ McCollum is a free agent. I'm checking real quick. Chat. Hold on. I think he is a free agent. So yes, he will be a free agent. So taking that guard earlier was not actually a bad pick. And finding out he's going to be a free agent. The New York Knicks, the reigning champions. I think they have to go center, but I think the best big available, especially since we don't know if Mitchell Robinson is gonna sign back. I think he's gonna want more money. So after like he played really good in their playoff run, and I think if I was him, I would take a center. Cause I don't. It's not guaranteed that Mitchell Robinson's gonna come back on a cheaper deal. For the Lakers, I would take Isaiah Evans if I'm the Lakers. He's a great two-way player. He can play defense. He can shoot the ball pretty well. If I'm the Lakers, I'm going Isaiah Evans. Who is this? The Denver Nuggets. What does Denver need? Do I take another point guard to put behind Jamal Murray? You have Aaron Gordon. You still have it's not. Is it Cameron Johnson? No, is it Cameron Johnson? I think it is Cameron Johnson, the small forward. You have Jokic still. We don't know if Peyton Watson is gonna sign back. If I was them, I'll take the point. I'll take Ibuka just because I don't know what you because I was about to say John Morant. Jamal Murray is very inconsistent sometimes. He has a great regular season, but the playoffs, oh my goodness. But Boston, I'll have Boston actually taking Isaiah Evans. It's just I don't think the Lakers are gonna pass up on Isaiah Evans. If I'm Boston though, give me Alex Carbine. He could. They like shooting three so much. Here's somebody who can shoot the three ball very well. And he's 23. I did not know that. Minnesota. I'll take Malik Thomas. Maybe somebody who can help out Ant, or just go get Ant some help. You know, they could do that, but you know, if anybody has to put themselves in a win now situation, if I was Minnesota, I would do it. Cleveland. You have size right. I'll take the point guard, especially since James Harden is just not it. And let's see, for the Mavericks got the last pick of the first round. You know, Terrace Reed, we could. We'll take Terrace Reed. That gives them more size too. So we're only gonna do the first round. But I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. I'm so sorry I didn't go like more in depth and stuff. I've kind of just like not. This probably wasn't the best recording. That's not the end of my videos right here because I don't have a second monitor no more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see y'all in the next one and have a very, very blessed day.